just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith. I I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, guys. To tell you the truth, it's the first week of tax season, and I am exhausted. Okay, I'm exhausted, but I just want to take a nap before I went had this episode. So here we are. I thought it was gonna be a quick, and then all of a sudden I saw 528, and I was like, "Yikes!" However, before I start anything, again, I want to big up everyone there that was the reason why we got this, because at the end of the day, you guys are the reason why I am the winner. Don't know where my alarm is because everything is just weird right now. However, oh my gosh, this month has gone by so quickly. It is the last day of Black History Month, and that means also the last day of Love Month, Family Month, however you want to say it. But that means the fun series that I had for you guys is coming to an end. And I appreciate you guys for everything that you've done. And yeah, I think that we're going to have a great one. I want to actually talk about wrap up what we were talking about for the whole series. We had discussions about different type of money languages, um personalities, love personalities, and that was fun. Hopefully you guys, or ladies and gentlemen, remember what type of personality you had through that time. Big up to my savers, to my splurger savers, I believe so as well. Y'all are the way the economy goes. Because you're able to save and then splurge, but we also know that there's different ways for us to handle those personalities when it comes to relationships. And this week, I wanted to have a more engaging, fun type of episode. I wanted to. Oh, hello. I wanted to cater to the individuals that maybe they don't believe in love per se as much, or they're dealing with a transition as in the grief of a relationship. So I wanted to cater to those individuals as well. So what's the difference between, okay, please do tell. So I forgot that I shouldn't be reading the comments, but yeah, if you want to tell me the difference between each bean, hopefully it's not that wild. And you know what? I'm not mature enough to ignore that comment, but hey, if you want to put up in, sure. You gotta love the folks, the trolls and stuff. But hopefully, I have other folks that actually want to engage in this conversation, because again, we were talking about family last week. We were talking about family expectations, and being that family ATM and having boundaries. Not only that, we were speaking about power dynamics and stuff. So I actually wanted to have like a reality check as well. And the reality check isn't gonna be that bad because some people need a reality check when it comes to a relationship, or just when it comes to intentionally be in a relationship. And I know someone's gonna say, "Well, how would you know, Camille?" It's okay because I'm pretty sure. Um, Not only have I been in a relationship, I haven't been married yet, and things, but it's fine. But we've all have experienced relationships and also been able to experience breakups. So, like this conversation is ideally teaching you to rebuild after a breakup, and also the things that we should look out if you do want to go back into a relationship, and things like that, because it's going to be like the heavy conversations, the same ones that we discussed in the first episode with the money conversations, to see if you're compatible with individuals. But then after realizing after a breakup, if you're compatible still, or how you're able to adjust afterwards, right? So bear with me. I don't think I had anything else to say as and I can't remember anything. I didn't really do anything this week. I I got my water bottle back because Soft 75 is not as easy as I thought. I've been slacking with reading. I am reading still, but I'm not reading as much as I should be. Am I doing the 10 pages? No. Um, but I saw it go. Um, let's see. Yeah. And hold on. Before anything, let's go to a commercial break. Hold on. Which one?
Don't let the CRA take more than they should. Here are 5 tax mistakes you can't afford to make. Don't fall into these common traps that could cost you big. Many forget to claim deductions like home office expenses or medical costs. Late filing means penalties. Mark your calendar and file early. Side hustle money still counts. Report it to avoid trouble later. Ensure you're eligible for the credits you claim. Keep all tax records for at least 6 years. Digital organization makes life easier. Avoid these mistakes and file with confidence. Need help? Email FitnanceIQ services for our questionnaire today.
Okay, the way it did that was kind of weird. So here we are. Let me check if it's Mercury retrograde, because I am having a feeling that it's Mercury retrograde now, and all that good stuff. Because I don't know. If you feel like it's Mercury retrograde with me, by all means. Ooh, it is here. It is here. This is why things feel awkward. Okay, now that makes sense. And I am prepared for how Mercury retrograde is. Always going to, throw a monkey wrench at you. That's how I feel sometimes. But I digress. Since I now know that it is Mercury retrograde, boom, bam, bam. But also, ooh, me for anyone that wants to do their taxes, because I'm already getting messages. Please contact me at info@FitnanceIQ.com, or book an appointment so I can give you the questionnaire. Questionnaires are ready, like Freddy, and all that great stuff. I think I just seen a message not too long ago about getting that done. So I had to give you the questionnaire as well, and all that good stuff. So yeah, okay. Don't mind me. If you guys know me, I like to chat in between and stuff, and I saw it go. But if you're new here, please Feel free to comment. I love the comments. I like the discussion. So you can be in the chat. I'm not going to be mad with whatever is going on in the chat. But I want to first say before I start anything is ideally I want this episode I want it to be powerful, right? Because love is powerful, but it isn't a financial plan. But I'm not sure if I want to cater to the women them only but like I am a girl's girl, even though I hate that saying, or a lady's lady. But I also have guy friends that are also in a relationship and then feel a certain way. So it would be a disservice for me not to um reach out to the men's them. Okay? So I'm going to try to see it both ways and see how it goes, right? Because I do have F- okay, so this episode is not about any friends in particular, as I've been saying before. But if the shoe fits and it speaks to you, by all means, I want you to think about that, and then also just at the end of the day, do better. And when I say do better, just realize what needs to be done and what's the next steps forward with taking care of yourself. That's what I mean when I say do better. I just know everything not going to go as planned. But at least at least we're not what's the word? Freezing. You guys see me nice and fresh. And I want to wear red again because I think red represents love and things. Just to show you guys that I'm not oh, break up with anyone. I'm actually the voice of reason. I'm always the one that says, um, have things work out before thinking of the final stage. That's other things, but I digress. I digress. However, I do have a case study. I have a case study, and I want the case study for the folks that hear it, think about it, reflect about it, and say, you know, I see what Camille's saying. I see what Camille's saying. So, again, this is no one in particular. I promise. Right? So, a certain case study that I found about like rebuilding after a relationship ends is there's a reality where most people live quietly. Let's say they're in a house, the love is broken, the bond is broken, and like after a breakup or separation, some people don't just lose a partner, but they actually lose savings, credit stability, housing security, uh, confidence, and a sense of identity, right? And just imagine leaving a relationship and you realize you don't know what the bills were responsible for, how much debt exists, what your credit score is, and how to rebuild. And you know what? Not funny enough, but the last couple weeks with doing taxes, first of all, first of all, I I want to say I was introduced to alimony a while ago, but I did not know or it was really introduced to alimony until like a couple weeks because baby, anyone getting alimony, yes, they're like, yeah, I getting the money. Boop, boop, boop. Hi, hello, hi. You have to pay taxes on that. So anyone that's receiving alimony, you have to pay taxes on that. And there's no taxes taken off of alimony. So if you're getting alimony, and it's your first time and you didn't know what what the dealio is, I'm telling you, you have to pay taxes on that. It is the equivalent to having a business, because afterwards a business, you would pay the taxes at the end of the year, not throughout the year and stuff, like a 9 to 5 or so. um yeah, that's a harsh reality. Check us out. Mm-mm-mm. And what else? What else? Sorry, that was one thing that I acknowledge. So golly, the person didn't know. So for the ones that are breaking up or having alimony, but for the ones that do, for the ones that are um giving alimony, that is tax deductible. So maybe it's not so bad after all. Because I actually hear a lot of people with, or is it with the child support? And I have to ask my child support folks. Um, when it comes to child support, a lot of people are trying to hide how much money they make, whether it's under the counter and all that stuff. And hey, who am I to judge? But can we not think about the kids before you think about how much money you want to hide? And it's not about like the money you're giving the kid. And hopefully you guys don't hear the background, because now I'm hearing a background noise and I'm hoping you guys don't hear it. But I digress. So even okay, so back to the case study. So you're not aware about like your savings and all that stuff. But imagine, and I would hope that a lot of people don't experience this. Listen, Linda. If you are in a relationship, married and all that stuff, you should be knowing um the bills. Like it's the same concept with someone that loses their significant other and they don't know where any of the financial stuff is. Like I even saw a widow last week. At least they knew like about the bank's accounts and stuff. I would hate that anyone that's in a relationship and then just started fresh doesn't know anything about the bills and stuff, right? So but remember, when it comes to rebuilding, it's not just about financial rebuilding, because you have to rebuild emotionally, structurally. You have to build back your identity as well. Um, so I just really want like you guys to take a moment, just to reflect. Sorry, I gotta take my H2O. I want you guys to reflect. If my relationship ended today, where would I, or would I know how to stand financially on my own? I really want you guys to think about that. I feel like I would, cuz no matter what, it's very ideal with having a partnership to both each other. It's a partnership. We're working together. Um it's a partnership. You should be able to rebuild ideally, right? So I'm hoping and praying that is the same for a lot of people. And of course, I didn't get to post this on Facebook, so bear with me. I'm multitasking. This is why I need someone to do this stuff for me. Partner. I'm joking. Intern. I did ask you guys for that, right? And I'm waiting for someone to share that with me. Um, I'll wait. Ooh, that doesn't look the way I want it to look. Ooh, ooh. Anyways, but yeah, I really want you to take a moment to think about that. If my relationship ended today, would I be able to stand financially on my own? And don't worry, we got the subjects. We got the subjects them. And that one. Um oops. So the first okay, so even with that case study and then you're able to take that in with rebuilding, I want us to think about this segment. So this first segment is love costing you stability? Sheesh. Sheesh. Like I said, like especially with the case study, really want to know the like this how is love cost what is love costing you, right? Being in love and having financial stress would suck ass. But I mean, at the same time, regardless whether you're covering expenses, um, th- the one thing I wouldn't want love to cost you is your goals. That would not be good. I would hope you do not in a relationship where someone's delaying your goals just because of that, right? Or you just take a little breather because you're just trying to build that relationship and stuff. But you definitely don't want to be carrying debt that isn't yours. Right? Or I do respect the relationships, ideally long term, you're in a long committed relationship, you're not going anywhere, married and all that stuff. If that person was going to work together with you to eliminate your debt, I think that's okay because you guys are rocking with each other. You had that meeting. You see how much debt's gonna be. Um, one person makes more than the other. Boom! I get that because at the end of the day, and God willing, because I would get cheese if this happened to me. You say you're carrying on the debt, you're paying their debt and stuff, because of how much money you make, and then all of a sudden their debt is done, and they switch on you and dip. The way I would be very, very upset, and I don't want that to happen to anybody I know, male or female, right? Um, golly, I'd be so cheesed if that happened. So, carrying debt that isn't yours or feeling responsible for someone else's stability, um, love should feel supported, not destabilizing. You know? So like the first guidance that I want to say to like committed couples, if one partner is sacrificing their stability long term, so let's find a way to actually rebalance and be able to be let's rebalance. It's not a blame. It's not out of blame, but sustainability. Like I really want you guys to be able to rock with each other, be a partnership, and all that great stuff. To the single folks or the ones that are dating, generosity is kind. But early financial sacrifice can become a long-term expectation. Um, I'm not gonna think. I mean, I'm thinking about someone, but I'm not thinking about anyone. So for the folks, because I still have for the folks that are planner, spender, the compulsive saver and stuff, you're probably going to be the one that wants to um you know give a little bit more when it comes to relationship. Be careful, don't do that, baby, don't do that, don't do that, right? You want to be more mindful about it, because whatever you do at the beginning is what some people are going to expect long term. Of course, be like the person that you like, yes, do things that you love to do and stuff, but be mindful because that's their expectations. It's the same because expectations is like family members, remember? And to the folks that still want to focus on themselves, as just choosing your stability is not selfish, it is self-respect. And hopefully I can find the ones for the ones that are just getting out of relationship and things. Everything is wonky right now. I'm over it. I'm over it. But um so and hey, if you're not knowing whether the love is costing you stability, then when you're dating, while you're dating, I need you to watch for the patterns. Oh, I almost freaked up. Ah. I need you. So the next segment is and maybe this is better for the folks that are serial daters and all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure I am able to, give some insight on this. I want you to like when the early dating stage, some early dating stage is going to reveal financial behavior, right? You're gonna know if the chest high, if them chest high. They want the finer things in life. I would say if they want the finer things in life, that's okay. But if they want the finer things in life on your dime and you haven't seen them actually do that, um, maybe you should be mindful about that. So you want to like listen less to what someone says, but actually watch what they do, or do both. Do both. You will see how people rock with you. Okay, I would say I want to recap the red flags that I spoke about earlier, like a few weeks back, and and this is not the first date type of thing. I feel like this is like I never know exactly when you should talk about having money conversations, but I feel like there's certain things that you will click in when you're having a conversation with someone or meeting them for the first time because you understand the patterns, right? So red flag is avoiding money conversations, especially if you're in a relationship. Red flag on the play, flag on the play, right? Lives beyond their means, so them chest high. Um, they're not able to afford. And you know what? I feel like that's everyone in life that is they're not living within their means. Um, Me personally, I haven't found a person that hasn't really lived beyond their means. I haven't. Um but there are people that, have their budget and they stick to it, but then sometimes they like to splurge. Remember what I told you guys about that saver splurger person? It's so common these days, and that's just because people want what they want at the time, even if they think like even if it's not the time that they should get it, they want what they want. Hands down, right? Oh, huh. I know I did it right. So, expects you to pay early. Also uses guilt around money. Those are the red flags. I know you have this what is it said? This rose coated glasses on your eyes because you're in love and stuff. I think that's a saying. But there's also yellow flags. And these are the ones where you're like, I feel like, but you could be mindful. It's like it's not going to hinder you if that person has that, right? So there's some folks that will have financial anxiety because that's just like how they grew up. Like certain things when they grew up, that's what they're experiencing. I find having a healthy conversation would be able to work through that, right? Past debt but repayment in progress. Hey, who am I to judge if you have debt, or if I have debt, or no, who am I to judge if you have debt but you have a payment plan and you're working on that? That isn't a red flag. That's someone that sees what had happened and wants to build on that, or work on that as well, right? Um, what else? Eek. Oh. um, Different spending priorities. Let's just say a gambler or a risk taker shouldn't be dating a warrior or a planner, because that's not going to work. But I mean, if you have like saver versus spender together, that could be a yellow flag that you just want to be mindful about, right? I would say just being mindful about that would be ideal. Um, Ooh, and here's a question. I had to do the poll of the day. Um, let me try to put it in quickly as possible. What's the hardest to rebuild? I think that's a good question. Oh, that is a great question. Credit. But sorry, to go back to this topic, even when you're dating wisely, I want you guys to be mindful with yellow flags. That needs a discussion, right? You will realize that, oh, okay, that's the type of person you are. Okay, that I can have a discussion. Red flags need boundary. So if you acknowledge that that's something that you're not going to partake in, then it's time to skedaddle. You don't have to get into a situation that yo, the worst thing you could do, even in your big age, is know that trouble is coming to you, and you still decide to touch the kettle or stuff. If you can't handle the heat, don't go in the kitchen. Don't go in the kitchen. Don't do it. It's not wise. But if you like to be a risk taker, by all means. But that will you'll just suffer for a little bit. And if you don't feel, or if you don't hear, you will feel, especially when you know it's a red flag that you can't tolerate, and then you want to try it. What? Stop this. Ooh, and we have the poll up. Oh man, last week the poll was up like so early that it was so great, but I we're here. Here we are. Whatever. Right? So just remember, yellow flags need conversation, red flags need boundaries. And so we can reflect again. I really wish I had my jacket or something. I'm cold, guys. It's cold. It's still winter. um oh, this is a good question. Okay. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Don't hate me, y'all. But this is actually a good question. Am I drawn to potential or paying attention to patterns? And this is, I really want like my folks that are especially the ones that are rebuilding, really determine these stuff before, so you're not going in a cycle. Because the one thing I notice with not all, but there's, and it's funny, I see in like some show, I don't remember which show it was, but someone was like a serial dater or a serial relationship person. And hey, maybe it doesn't make sense for a person like myself, because I'm not really like going back and forth into not going jumping into something right after. But there are people that are serial daters, and I want to warn you guys, okay? Because I don't think it's y'all that look at the pattern. So there's a 369 rule. I just heard about it, found about it. But I think for the serial daters is to be mindful about this. So the first 3 months, ooh, it's honeymoon phase. Yes. Oh, I love them. They're the love of my life. So you're in a honeymoon phase, right? So everything's fun, everything's new. You're getting to know them. Then understandable. Then the mask comes off after 6 months. That pattern that you weren't acknowledging begins to surface. We like to say we like 3 to 6 is when the conflict stage comes. Real flaws are emerging, and you're now noticing that. "Mm, can I handle this? Yes or no? And if you can, boom, awesome. And then it comes to month 6 and 9, where it's a decision making stage, where you're trying to assess whether this is a long term thing. I want you to, like in month 9, is to realize the true habits and values come. If those are the values that you could rock with, then cool. And I know some people are gonna be like, Camille, 6 to 9 months and you can't tell. You never know. You never know, right? Like, especially the serial daters, they thrive in the first 3 months. Love bombing and all that good stuff. Oh, I should have talked about that. Those love bombers and trying to make things. I shouldn't even dodge the love bombers. So there's the love bombers, the breadcrumbs. Ooh, there's other ones. Hold on. Hold on. Now I just thought about them. Hold on. Love bombers. Breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs. Ah. Breadcrumbing. Oh my gosh. Etc. Name, list them. I had to Google it because I don't know all of them. I want you guys that is dating to date wisely and watch these patterns. So I want you to know the cycle. So there's love bombing, breadcrumbing. Ooh, here's a phrase, gaslighting. Gaslighting is so common these days. It's getting annoying. Hovering. Oh. Future faking. Oh, be careful of those future faking. So making big romantic promises about the future, but they have no intentions of keeping it. Oh my gosh, guilt tripping, playing the victim. We all know that. Orbiting. What's that one? Orbiting. So disappearing from direct communication, but still interacting with your social media. Golly. Oh shit. I didn't even know about that one. Um marring, disappearing completely and then surfacing later if nothing happened. That's like ghosting and stuff, right? Isn't that like ghosting? I guess not ghosting because they're coming back. Yo, I don't know why orbiting made me laugh so hard. Um but still interacting with your social media posts to keep themselves on your radar. That's so grimy. Oh my gosh, the silent treatment, using silence as a form of punishment to make you feel anxious and force you to apologize, even if you did nothing wrong. That one's iffy. Ugh. The future faking one is actually the most disgusting one. To me, is making it seem like there's a future and you already know nothing's gonna happen. You're just hitting it and quitting it. Hmm. It's like some wolves I know. Oh man. Also there's another one. There's hovering, re engaging with you after periods of distance or after you've tried to leave, often by acting like they've changed. Don't mess with those people, okay? Um, these are bad. I wish I wrote it correctly to find the right Oh, here's dating red flags. Oh, I think I found it. Ah, boom, I found it. Oh, am I going to talk about this? I'm not going to talk about this because there's this different. Okay, so I found 7 dating terms. I guess I should have told you guys this during Valentine's Day, but here we are. Um, here we are. Oh, I don't think it looks proper. Something about it not looking proper is going to get me. So, there we go. Now that looks proper. Oof. Hold on, folks. Hold on a sec, folks. Yeah. Delete this one. Oof. Oh, I knew that was the reason. Okay, so, okay. No, turn off the ad. No, darn it. Let me turn off the ad and hopefully it doesn't give me a virus. So I want to tell you guys the 7 dating terms so you guys are aware of it. Oh. So a breadcrumbing, I think I mentioned, I glimpsed, okay, so breadcrumbing is when someone gives you, hold on. Actually, no, this could be part of it. Breadcrumbing is when someone gives you just enough attention, flirting texts, likes, occasional check-ins to keep you interested without committing. It creates false hope, leaving the other emotionally invested in a relationship that would never materialize. Um, I am not going to say if I've experienced this or if I've done this until the end. Okay, so there's breadcrumbing. Okay, the second one is benching. So benching is similar to keeping someone on hold. Eek. A person engages with you inconsistently, just enough to maintain your interest while actively dating or exploring other options. They don't fully commit, but they don't let go either, treating you as a backup in case of their primarily interest doesn't work out. Not benching. So this is a shucks. Okay. We're still here. We're still here, guys. Okay, so that's benching, okay? Cushioning. Cushioning happens when someone in a committed relationship flirts, or engages with another with the other potential partners as a safety net. This provides emotional security in case their main relationship fails, allowing them to transition smoothly rather than experiencing a hard breakup. Damn. I think this would be semi cheating or emotional cheating. Oh gosh, golly, love bombing. I'll say it all because I want to say all the relationships. Love bombing is an intense display of affection and attention at the beginning of the relationship, often involving grand gestures, excessive flattery, and constant communication. I felt like I was saying it wrong. However, it's usually manipulative as the love bombers seek control over their partner before withdrawing affection or becoming toxic. Yikes. Okay, that's what it means. Interesting. Number 5, pocketing. Oh, this doesn't sound good. This sounds like benching. Pocketing occurs when someone intentionally hides their partner. Hold on. Sorry. Pocketing occurs when someone intentionally hides their partner from family, friends, or social media. They avoid introducing their significant other to their inner circle, making the relationship feel secretive or unacknowledged. This could signal a lack of commitment or attempt to maintain multiple um, romantic connections. Yikes. That's interesting. That is very interesting. What's the other one? So there's two more. Ghosting. So I know that I've heard about this one. Ghosting is when someone suddenly cuts off all communication without explanation. One day they're actively engaging, the next they vanish, ignoring calls, texts, and messages. This leaves the other person confused and hurt with no closure or understanding of what went wrong. um Zombieing is when a person who previously ghosted you reappears in your life acting as if nothing happened. They might send casual hey or engage with your posts, trying to reconnect without acknowledging their disappearance. This often leads to confusion, emotional turmoil for the person who is ghosted. Gosh. Wow, I've learned so much. So I guess my question is, has anyone experienced any of those? And I feel like you would experience that in the 3 to 6 months knowing someone. Okay, I will say I have I acknowledge love bombing. I acknowledge ghosting, kind of sort of. I acknowledge pocketing, and I acknowledge I don't know about cushioning. I don't like cushioning. I've acknowledged all of them. Not that I've experienced, I acknowledge them. So I think I've seen it and have heard of it overall in friendships and all that stuff, like friends that I know and stuff, and they tell me these things. Sheesh. Um, so basically what I could say is just what if you're dating, watch consistency. Someone's habits will shape your future more than their words. And to the single people, them, you're not a financial stepping stone for someone else's growth. So be mindful about that. I wouldn't want anyone to be lead astray and stuff, you know? But for the ones that want to date, that are dating wisely, and then they're now passing that stage of dating intentionally, this part's for you, right? Now now we have to determine whether the partnership is, if it's a healthy partnership, or if it's a silent sacrifice, which is going to create resentment. And I've heard of this before. Give me a second, guys. The way I'm cool, I cannot. Hold on.
Imagine turning financial chaos into calm. Meet Alex. Alex is a young professional buried in bills and receipts. They're overwhelmed, unsure where to start. But then, light bulb moment. Alex discovers FitnanceIQ. With just a few clicks, Alex is setting up a personalized budget thanks to FitnanceIQ's user-friendly tools. It's like having a financial coach right at their fingertips. Fast forward a few weeks, and Alex is breezing through bill payments, watching their savings grow, and even planning for the future. No more stress, no more chaos, just simple steps leading to big results. Alex now shops with confidence, knowing every dollar's accounted for. FitnanceIQ didn't just help organize Alex's finances, it gave them peace of mind. Ready to take control of your finances? Visit FitnanceIQ today and start your journey to financial freedom. FitnanceIQ. Simple steps, big results.
I ain't looking cute for nobody. If I'm cold, I'm cold. I have to stay warm. All right. So, with this segment, I really want us to realize when it's building intentionally, whether you're actually building like a true, authentic partnership, or if you're like alone, suffering alone. And I wouldn't want any of my friends to deal with that. But I also, oof. thought of someone, but I can't. I'm gonna go based on what we're focusing on, right? So again, support should be healthy. Um, it should be healthy, right? Um, so a healthy support is shared goals. You know, you guys are rocking with each other. We're um, this is the goal that I want to do. Excellent. I'm going to help you with that goal. Vice versa, right? That's a description of a true partnership. I find mutual effort. Um, I wanted to say 50-50 by accident, but I was going to say 50-50 by accident, but a mutual effort is you both like each other, you both make the effort of making each other's lives easier. That is my thought process. Transparency, hands down, that should be part of this, right? Now, when it comes to versus, a silent sacrifice is when one person is carrying the load, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Only one person's doing that. Avoiding hard conversations. This is when um, resentment disguised as loyalty. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I really want you guys to stop and like the ones that are in a relationship and thinking like, oh no, I'm like, reflect. Do I feel like a partner or a provider? And I know, listen, fellas, don't come for me, okay? I know. I think I was just having this discussion. Um, yes, ideally, in society, we were taught that men are supposed to be the providers and protectors, while the women are nurturers and all that stuff. It makes the home feel like a house, feel like a home. But you can still do that intertwined, right? Um, so I know someone's gonna say like, oh well, ain't ain't they supposed to be the provider protector? No, you guys have a partnership. You guys can work together, especially in this economy. No sir. Mm-mm. You guys can work together, and I'm not saying 50-50 as in paying 50-50 bills and all that stuff. Taking care of each other 50-50, especially if you're in a committed relationship, marriage, and all that great stuff, right? So, to the committed couples, support should be temporarily and goal oriented. Gosh, it's because I'm parched. Goal or I can't say the word. I'm so sorry, folks. Goal oriented, not in basically. Gosh, okay. Support should supporting each other shouldn't be focused only on one person. It should be balanced. Golly, wow. It should be balanced. So if one person is giving 20%, the other one's giving 80, down the road, it will switch. God willing. If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. Then we are going to get to that segment where you should have looked at the red flags and the yellow flags, right? To the dating couples, if you're already rescuing someone financially, pause this a little bit, right? You may be building dependency, not partnership, right? And this goes for both ways, right? Yeah, it goes both ways for the fellas, for the ladies. If you're helping them financially, it's going to be something that they're going to expect onwards and so on. Now I want to talk about something. I feel like this discussion doesn't come into play often, and I don't know why, because maybe we are thinking that this means that something's going to end, and it doesn't mean it's going to end. And I think it's protecting your future. And I think you should always protect your future when it comes to whoever you're dating and all that stuff, friends, family, and things. But prenups, we are afraid of prenups. I don't know why, because from what I've been seeing, prenups can help you or put some boundaries up, ideally. Um, so I want to talk about prenups without fear, the stigma or the myths. Um, and I know when we talk about prenups, when we hear about prenups, we were thinking about celebrities. You guys, stop thinking about celebrity. We're not celebrities, eh? We are not celebrities. Whatever celebrities go through is not our life, unless you're making that type of money, right? That's the type of thing that does I don't understand. We all look at how celebrities are living their life with their billions and or millions of dollars and think that that's gonna happen to us. Yo, you don't have a gold digger. Don't worry. You don't have any gold, and vice versa. Okay. Listen, women, you're going to pay 50-50 because in this economy, you can't live off of one salary. It's just not realistic. Just annoying. Sorry, I was about to rant, but it's just I'm so sick of hearing these social media relationships, and then people are like, "Oh my gosh," and they think that it's real life. It's not real life. It doesn't really happen. And then everyone that's getting sucked into social media issues and think it's real world or real life, go take a nap. Okay? So sorry. I was about to rant. So a prenup is not it's not like you're planning for a divorce, but you're just planning for clarity, fairness, and protection. Because from what I know, prenups protect assets before marriage, businesses and future growth, debt responsibilities, inheritance, right? It's the same thing like a will per se. I think at the same time of making a prenup, you should be making your will at the same time because you do have to change that ideally, you know? Children from previous relationships, future earnings and retirement savings. It's like doing these two things at the same time because I did mention a will, right? Um the reason why this matters is without clarity, courts decide. And it gets messy. Yo. Sometimes this is the only time when I don't watch the celebrity drama all the time, but when I'm hearing about the prenups and what's going on, I'm like, yikes. That's when you really see a different side of someone in the court office. And who's that gentleman? There's this divorce lawyer that I watch his episodes because I find him so intriguing that I'm like, golly, this is what people are fighting for. And I guess it's just because we didn't have it's not but when it came to instead of having a prenup and having clarity of what's going to happen in a relationship or what's going to happen after a relationship, um the courts decide. But having a prenup is you're able to have that insurance that these are the boundaries, these are the guidelines that I want in our relationship. Um Boom bam bam. So like ideally a prenup would say the heck? Ideally would say prenup is kind of saying we care enough about each other to define fairness and no matter what life brings. I think that's fair. But I find that people get scared of a prenup. Me personally, I'll have a prenup. The same way I'll fix up my The same way I will fix up my will with someone, I might have a prenup. Ooh, did I say I wasn't gonna have a prenup before? Oh, okay. I think one time I did say this. Oh, I gotta remember that past. Okay, maybe I will have a prenup. Maybe I won't. If I do have a prenup, it's it's not because I don't trust the person. It's just because maybe we both have assets and want to protect that assets. What? Still going. The heck? Sorry. um what else? So here's some common dilemmas about it is if you have a prenup, that means you're gonna get divorced. I don't think that's the case. It just means you expect honesty. Only wealthy people needs a prenup. Mm, ah, mm, eh. I think anyone with an asset or debt or future goals that benefit them have clarity. But at the same time, I think having an understanding of the relationship, like, hey, if I is it if it so happened that I find a millionaire or billionaire and we fall in love, hey, I'm okay with getting a prenup, right? Because I would understand that whatever billions, millions, billions that they got before me, I would totally understand. But best believe I'm leaving with something. I'm joking. That was a joke. No, I'll be okay with writing a prenup. Regular old me right now. Um, I'd probably have a prenup just because or it depends. It depends on the person. But then why would I marry them if I really need a prenup and I don't trust them, right? So it's like that. It makes sense, but I think ideally if you know you have the potential of hitting it big, sounds so weird. Hitting it big and you don't actually, yo, who has a prenup? Who has a prenup? I would love man, I really wish someone that had a prenup. Um I wish people could read after them let me send it to someone I know that would be sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay. Golly. Um okay, I understand why a prenup would be problematic, but I still think if you have the clarity, if you guys are going to be establishing a foundation to grow, then there shouldn't be an issue with having a prenup, regardless, because maybe there are some guidelines that you want to hit with certain goals and something certain assets, debt that you have that you want to put it this way. Let's say if you have I feel like you can determine what debt will be for who if you have a prenup, right? Um, okay, so for the engaged couples, because I can't, for the engaged folks, a prenup protects both of y'all. Um, not just one with more. So think of it this way. If you are concerned about whether you should get a prenup and you're engaged, You're just trying to protect what you guys have and just so it go, right? To the ones, if you can plan a wedding, you can plan your financial boundaries as well. Basically, a prenup is just a financial boundary. Let's just say that, right? To the divorce viewers, that didn't have a prenup and wish they did, protection isn't pessimism, it's just wisdom. It's wisdom learned, right? I'm pretty sure there's some folks that got divorced and they're like, I didn't expect that from them, right? And I get it. I get it. Shoot. I mean, once the time comes, I would hope and pray that, it lasts forever. But if not, um, I would hope and pray that the person I'm with doesn't take me for everything I got, and I would not take them for everything they got either. Whatever I came in with, do I want to say it like that? I have to be mindful what I say because it's recorded. But obviously, I would not use someone financially. That's just me. I can't speak for anyone else, but that's just me. Right? So, how about rebuilding after a relationship ends? I don't know why I was thinking of another song. I was thinking this is for my fallen soldiers. We miss you. Don't know why I sang that because does not attain to a relationship. I should have been singing Boys to Men, End of the Road. To the end of the road. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, sorry. I'm not gonna sing because some people think I can't sing, which is a lie. Which is a lie. Let's see. Sorry, I get your strap. Yo, when I talk to you after this dang live, watch me and you. I'm already gonna cuss you out. I'm just letting you know. And I hope you know there's a cussing coming for you. So, okay, so whether you are in a long-term relationship, separated, divorce, this part is for you. Um, or if you feel like you're getting to that stage, I think this is for you because you want to just, know how to anticipate it, right? Um, I just want you to know that you're not behind. You're informed. So whether you're experiencing a breakup, a separation, or divorce, um, here's certain things that you want to think about now that you're getting back to yourself is how to separate finances fully. Maybe some of you guys have a joint account, and now you have to switch like how much money goes into that joint account and goes switch back to finances. Maybe you're experiencing how shit things are expensive, bruv. And I've heard like sometimes this is a reason why some people stay longer than they should because of they can't afford to leave each other. So this is why it's very important to like, the intentional building and all that stuff. Um Also rebuilding credit intentionally, especially if your significant other effed up your credit. And I'm not gonna say F it up like literally they decided that the one thing they're going to do is F up your credit before you guys break up. I'm not talking about those. It's like the ones that, co-sign something for your boo. You were prioritizing their debt, or you added debt to do certain things. Now you have to figure out how to rebuild your credit intentionally. Now we have to create a different financial identity. So maybe when you were with someone, you were the the worrier or the compulsive saver, but now you have to navigate in a different identity and just like be mindful. Or maybe you were the gambler or risk taker and you were not being mindful about your spending, and then now you're like, "Argh," just life came to hit you, and you have to be more mindful and smart about that. Seek legal clarity before um new commitments. So don't be a serial dater just yet. Heal, heal, heal. Wait a minute. Hold your front. And this goes for men and women. Hold your front before you make a new commitment. Sometimes you have to heal. You have to detox before getting into something new. And define boundaries moving forward. Now you know what you don't like or what you do like. How are you going to move forward with it? Right? And sometimes it takes a very long time. I will say this, it took me a very long time after my breakup, my official breakup, my relationship breakup, because I don't call it. Ooh, I almost I had to stop myself. Ooh, wow. I had to stop myself. Sorry. Oh man, I know when someone watches this, they're going to get me so badly. Um, my last official relationship, I had to heal a lot, and I think I moved abroad, whatever. I moved abroad just to find myself again because I kind of lost myself a little bit. Even when I lost my mom, I lost myself. So just finding back your identity, it takes a very long time. So I can only I can only imagine how some folks are feeling when it comes to that, especially after a relationship, especially if it's been a long relationship. My heart goes out to you if you're in a separation, if you're experiencing a divorce. My heart goes out to you. I want to pause for a second just to with a reflection is, what did this relationship teach me about my financial boundaries? Um, there's gonna be some of y'all that will reflect, and it will feel bad. You'll feel bad, but you'll learn that this is not what you want. And I'm not saying completely change yourself. If you are a generous person, continue to be a generous person, right? But be mindful about that going forward. So for the separated divorces people, um you are not starting over, you're starting wiser, right? You're starting wiser. And for the ones that are entering new relationships, whoa, Jenny, and you've been able to heal and all that stuff, your boundaries are not your baggage, they are your wisdom. But I still say, if you are a caring person, please still be a caring person. I I I hate it when people change, like go 180 because of a um because of one person. As someone would always tell me, there's 8 billion people in this world. And you're hanging yourself over this one person. You can still be that caring person. Just do it wisely, right? Um that's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, don't change yourself completely. Don't be a villain because of a clown or a was it? Fuck. Oh, you're so lucky. I don't remember the word. Don't be a villain because you deal with pieces of shit sometimes. That person's a piece of shit. If the person was a piece of shit, don't change yourself overall. If they weren't a piece of shit and it just didn't work out, then still do you. It's just the relationship didn't align better, and just Remember your boundaries, right? So now you're choosing yourself, right? We're going to now, whether you are single, partnered up, married, divorced, you are a whole ass person. Yes, you're a whole ass person, not half of a pair, right? Financial dependency supports emotional dependency. So I just want you guys to remember that. This is just a reminder that um, just because you're single, or sorry, just because you're married doesn't mean that you don't have things that financially that you want to reach. And I'm hoping and praying that your partner will help you reach that. Um, like, that balance. Or if you're single, you still have some financial independency that you want to strive for. You still have goals that you want to hit. Hit them, sis. Hit them, bro. Don't forget the goal. Also, shucks. Um, that's so weird. And this is with married folks that have children. I got great advice from someone. They told me, Miss Swear Simmer wrote it down, because I didn't want to forget. I did not want to forget. Oh no. The only healthy co-parenting can only happen when there's a friendship involved. So, I would say for the folks that are separated, divorced, that have children, please keep a healthy friendship with that person so your children can still benefit from it. I I can't speak from that because I was raised in a two parent household. But I know there's some folks that haven't, and I'm not saying they are damaged or tainted, because that's not true. That's not the case. The ones that were in a one parent household, but definitely it's important for them to feel the love from both folks, because that will navigate their relationships as well. So for my friends and family that are in that scenario, please just be a friend with that other person, or be civil enough to work together. That's all. That's all. And you know who you are. Be civil enough to be able to co-parent. Okay? Okay. Um and also think, like, in this step of being choosing yourself when it comes to financial independency, is who am I financially when I'm not defined by a relationship? Who am I financially when I'm not defined by a relationship? I think it's really important to hear that, because some of us lose ourselves in situationships, relationships, marriage, friendship, family, and all that great stuff, right? So another thing is, your life is not on pause when you're single. So build now. Make sure you're still building. While you're still single, build. Don't worry. If you're afraid that while you're building, the person will take it, get a prenup. We just talked about it. Protection. Or don't marry that person, because then you don't trust them. Why don't you trust them? Why don't you trust them? To the newly separated folks, you're rediscovering yourself. You're not losing yourself. And for the married folks, don't worry. You don't have to worry about this, because you still can identify yourself even in a marriage or a relationship. Boom, bam, bam. Right? And the final thing, I'm getting a headache because I decided not to be mindful of myself. But I am drinking my water. Drinking my water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink my water and mind my business. However, I want to have a reality check with Uno because I think it's only right. I think it's only fair. Love should not cost you your peace, your stability, your goals, and your identity. Boom, bum, bum. Love should not cost you those things. If love is costing your peace, get out. Get out. That is the only time I'll say that. And when I mean peace, I mean after you've done everything you could, therapy, um, dating again, talking it out, journaling, praying, all that good stuff. I and I'm only talking about if it's something that is um not physically harming, not mentally harming. That is when you do everything you need to do, therapy, all that good stuff to make sure that that you can find your peace again. If not, your stability. I wouldn't say skedaddle because of your stability. Just if you're in that season where things are unstable, keep pushing, keep striving, stay positive. If your goals, love should not cost you your goals. Still think about your goals, please. Journal them, pray about them and stuff. Um, and love should not cost you your identity. I know when we are in love, we are head over heels. We're matized by you lose yourself a little bit. Try not to lose yourself. Still remember yourself, because if it does, something needs to change, and I'm hoping you'll be able to realize that sooner than later, because love should actually add to your life, not erase yours. Right? Love should be able to lo- e- love is kind, love is important, but it shouldn't change you. If you don't know that movie, you too old, or no, not too old, you're too young, but love should be able to add to your life, especially with a healthy partnership. It shouldn't be making you minimize your life and all that great stuff. So this is to everyone. Compromise should never require self erasure. So please be with yourself. Boom bam bam. Um Shucks, I thought it was the last one. It's not. Protect your peace. And this is how you protect your peace. This is the first time it actually keep doing that. Protect your peace. Shiver me timber. How do we protect our peace? And guys, this is me speaking. I am not a relationship guru, a relationship coach, and all that good stuff. I am a voice of reason at times, because regardless of how long I've been out the game, a coach still understands the game. And it's not a game. Love is not a game as well. That's the second thing. Love should not be a game. You should not be playing games. Don't love bomb. Don't hoover. What is it? Hoovering, pocketing, benching. Don't do that shit. Or try not to do it. I mean, if you're in your 20s and you want to do that ish, cool. Early 20s, late 20s, no. 30s, no. 40s, 50s, 60s, no. Let's not do that. We're too grown for that. And if you do, be mindful, be aware, and do better. Or just stay single if you're scared of commitment. But anyways, protecting your peace. You can love someone and still set boundaries. You can love someone and still protect your assets. You can love someone and still maintain independence. Somewhat, I think it's good. It is ideally good to have our time and then his hers time or so on and so forth. Keeping your independence is ideal because that's when you like lose yourself and stuff, right? You can still love someone and walk away from imbalance, because peace is not selfish. Peace is sustainable. And I just want everyone to like acknowledge that, right? So like protecting your peace is not the end of love. It's not. It's not. It's just the foundation of a healthy love. And I just want people to strive to be in a healthy partnership. If you feel like something is imbalanced, talk to your partner. And if they don't listen to you, checking up the deuces. After everything I mentioned, therapy, talking, praying, and all that good stuff, dating each other again. Boom. All right. Protecting your peace. It's not the end, right? So listen, it is the end of February. Um, I am still shocked at how I did not hear a lot of Black History events. However, I heard them afterwards. Maybe my group of folks is not doing what they're supposed to do, or maybe I'm in the wrong groups as well. But with Black History Month, I definitely want you guys to, remember, celebrate Black love, any love, any love. Love is love, but I was just mentioning Black History Month. With Love Month, Family Month, um, just whether you're single, in a relationship, separated, poly, whichever, business, just love intentionally, love honestly, and don't manipulate folks. Stop manipulating folks to love you. Um, and if you can't love that person right, just let them go. Stop being a jackass. Stop being a piece of shit. So love wisely, build intentionally, and protect your peace overall. And yeah, the strongest relationships are not built just on love, but on honesty, boundaries, and shared responsibilities. And that goes with any relationship you have, whether friendship and all that stuff. Yeah, that's all I could think of. Uh, Tax season is in full session. Galley Bob, please, please, please email me to get the questionnaire. I'm pretty sure I sent most people the questionnaire. I will do it again. I'm debating whether I should have a tax topic next week. Ooh, ooh, ooh. March 2nd is the deadline for folks to put money into their RSPs, if that's what you want to do. Then this year, just let's strategize a little bit better. Okay? And that's me too. Yeah, so make sure you like, comment. Is it not up again? OMG. I did it again, y'all. I did it again. I don't know why it didn't go up. Oh, I'm so upset. Oh my gosh. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. There's a poll. So please participate in the poll because I see people on. So boom, bam, bam. Join the Discord. You can just, join the Discord that way. Just to, get your dollar bills up. I haven't talked about investing in a while. But yeah, I am shutting down because I am hungry and I had to find something to eat. So be kind to each other. Whether you're in whether you're a serial dater, whether you're in a committed relationship, whether you're married, separated, divorced, yeah, just love yourself first. Protect your peace, and let's see how we can be financially fit for the rest of 2026 because it's going to be a ride. All right, folks, till next time. Peace out.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free.